We lived at Smith Mountain Lake when Wyatt was born. He has been surrounded throughout his life by people who care about him, love him, and care for him. And I think that makes him very secure.
Wyatt has two sisters, his older sister Jenny, and then his younger sister Hannah, and he has two nephews. He really thinks they're pretty cool.
I remember early on he had this really interesting way of moving around. He would basically slide on his butt. And so we had him in physical therapy and got him up on his 2 feet, and he's never sat down since.
Mr. Wyatt, when he first came to us, he was kind of withdrawn. I remember that we had this sitting area, and Wyatt would come in and he would sit at that area and he would not want to interact with anyone. He had these movies that he kind of put around him as if it was his own fortress to keep us out. We continued to work with him, and we would try to take one movie at a time and continue to introduce things to him. He eventually started to bring in less movies. So to us, that was his way of saying that it was okay for us to get closer to him. He has grown and progressed tremendously since then.
He can't wait to get there in the morning. He really can't. And of course, obviously, he's been there long enough now to become, gotten to know everybody there. And he seems to like everybody, don't you? You like everybody there, right? Like your buds? When I think about way back when there weren't these kinds of programs, I don't know what parents did.
He, as he was growing up, would avoid situations where there were large crowds of people in large open spaces. And that's changed dramatically.
Another thing that took some time was getting Wyatt to join us on community ventures. And we had to do that also in strides and phases.
He's been carefully and cautiously allowed to go into those environments and become used to them so that they aren't threatening to him anymore.
I'll never forget the first one was to the Krispy Kreme facility, and he wore his little hat and he was all smiles at the table with a couple of friends, and he was very excited. We have been to parks, museums, the pool, Smith Mountain Lake, Chick-fil-A, 7-Eleven, Krispy Kreme, and they've been to the movies, they've been bowling.
Goodwill has provided the opportunity for Wyatt to be introduced to those environments, and now he's fine with them. He'll go into large open spaces now because he's had those experiences.
I'm just so grateful that he has Goodwill to go to and all the stuff that you guys do for everybody, not just him, but everybody who's there. I couldn't be more grateful that we have that opportunity and that we have that, the facility for him to go to.
Over the years, to see the progress that he has made, the friends that he has made, the way people are drawn to him, it has been a great experience for me. It is something that I will always treasure.
It is those daytime hours which are meaningful to you in life, for everyone, and to do something which is constructive and affirming and also supportive and loving. Those are the important things that everyone needs to have, and that's what Wyatt gets from Goodwill.